Society wants to silence men going their own way.
The Home Secretary Yvette Cooper announced that extreme misogyny could be treated.
Society wants to silence men going their own way. So, as you guys heard, now they are going to treat misogyny, extreme misogyny, as a form of terrorism in the UK. And if a man is or boy is found to simply be susceptible to extreme misogyny, they don't have to have actually displayed an act of misogyny. Then they need to then legally their teachers or anyone around them must report them to the Department of Terrorism in the UK, so these men can be apprehended. This is the reality we now live in. Watch this video to fully understand what the implications this are and the reasons why this is an attempt to silence men going their own way and what the ultimate outcome is going to be of this action that's being taken. And guys, just to remind you, you have to protect yourselves because right now we're living some very, very dangerous time. They're out for us, they're watching us. Make sure to protect yourself while you're online, while you're surfing the web. Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Click the link in the description to get started and support the channel. Yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right back into the video.
Like, that's a change in legislation because it's not seen as an extreme ideology, and she's trying to change that in the wake of the two very high profile attacks and of women and girls in the UK. So I actually welcome this decision, but with caution, because whilst I think that tackling the issue of the manosphere is really important because it is a form of radicalisation and extremism, it's a part of far-right radicalism actually, and I think the reason why misogyny isn't one treated as like a hate crime like some people call for that, or it is only now being looked at as maybe an extremist ideology, is because misogyny is depoliticized. It's not seen as a political issue because it's something of the private sphere, interpersonal relations with each other. But like I said, I do welcome this with caution because obviously the police have had a hand in misogynistic violence in the UK. Sarah Everard is just one example of many. And like the Metropolitan Police have been found to be institutionally racist and sexist and homophobic. So, the police aren't exactly preventing misogynistic crime-based crimes. They actually have a culture that encourages it.
The police aren't exactly preventing misogynistic crimes. They actually have a culture that encourages it. So basically, you have men who have been carted off, by the police, but it's still not enough. Because you have to remember that women don't just hate us, they also hate police officers who operate as agents of the state or enforcers. And because the police officers are men, they also despise these individuals as well. Someone actually said that we're heading in a very different direction right now. Women are creating a society where no one wants to live because their anger and their just downright dislike for us is so great. A comment that I read was, men are more hated than cockroaches in Western society, and it's the honest to goodness truth. Women basically want every right. They want us to be stripped of everything. When you hear about some of the things that radical feminists have said, and again, I'm not blaming feminism, I'm just talking about the individuals who identified as feminists who said these things. So I'm holding the individuals themselves accountable. I'm not saying anything negative about feminism. I'm not attacking feminism. I say that go after the individual, not going after the ideology. And some of these women who have said things along the lines of, that men should have certain parts, certain things removed from us. For example, reproductive organs. I mean, it's literally it's cruelty beyond cruelty, and they're very serious guys. When women saying these things, saying these evil things, this is what they've been saying it for long periods of time, and now under this new counterterrorism measure, men and boys would just be picked up if there's a suspicion that we are if there's even a suspicion that these men are susceptible to extreme misogyny, or these boys are susceptible to extreme misogyny. So teachers and administrators or anyone, even doctors, can just report these men. If you're working with a woman or anyone, it doesn't have to be a woman. They can be reported. They are actually under an obligation to report these men or report these boys to the terror unit in the UK, and these men will then have their human rights suspended. And I've seen some idiots pop up in my comments saying that this is illegal, you cannot do this. It's unbelievable how foolish these men are. They're like, you cannot arrest someone, you cannot punish someone, and detain someone under suspicion. They're so full of crap. These men are so full of crap. They are on so much copium. They are being told what is going to happen. They will witness it happening, and the same men will say that it cannot happen because it's illegal. And bro, it's happening right in front of your eyes. Well, it doesn't matter because it's illegal what they're doing. Bro, how are you on? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? We are being destroyed. We are being wrecked, and you're living in complete denial and delusion right now, saying that it doesn't matter because it's illegal. So yeah, but they're doing it. It's happening. Even if it were illegal, they were doing it anyway. Well, I don't care. Okay, then cool. Then just say that you don't care. I don't know, guys. Well, no, it's not that I don't care about the issue, but I'm just saying that I don't care that I don't care because it's not illegal. It's illegal, so it's gonna have to stop. Guy, oh my god, guys, a lot of people are not very bright. That's one thing I hate. I hate stupidity. I hate stupidity, and a lot of you really don't understand just how stupid a lot of people are. A lot of people are extremely stupid. Like they have nothing going on up there.
This story originated at the weekend, and it's about misogyny now being defined as potentially terrorism, the same as we have our laws governing against our the far right and Islamists, and the extreme misogyny will now be lumped together under this, and you are meant to be reporting anyone that exhibits extreme misogynistic views. So that, in theory, could, if you've got a young lad in school, and the teacher could hear him say something that sounds extremely misogynistic, reporting him to Prevent, which is the anti-terrorist, stop people getting...
Do you see what I said? If a teacher hears him saying something extremely misogynist, she'll report him to the terrorist unit to prevent something from happening. Okay? Did I not say this? This is exactly what they're doing, and I have idiots telling me, it's illegal, it can't happen, it can't happen. Oh my god. I don't know, guys. I get exhausted sometimes. It's like I'm here, I'm working for you guys, I'm putting out the content, I'm reporting on it, and then the idiots just pop up and it's hard because I have to read through the comments. I try to engage with you guys, but like the level of stupidity is ridiculous. And it never ever ends. And guys, I block, like I've gotten to the point where I block so many people, so I've blocked so many people that it doesn't matter anymore. It's impossible. They just keep coming. They create more accounts. And then I have a lot of Gen Zers who are pissed off and angry. So they're leaving horrible comments, trying to mess with my head. It's like, bro, I already know who you guys are. Like, y'all really shouldn't be talking. Like, hard times are really gonna come for y'all. But I don't know, guys. I'm like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So this, as they mentioned the Manosphere, like, the Manosphere is dangerous. Guys, they want to silence MGTOW. They want to silence MGTOW because a lot of men walking away are just walking away, and they're men with alternatives. They want to silence the MGTOWs who are basically avoiding relationships and dating, all right? Because it's costing money. It's costing the state money. It's costing women money. It's taking all of this away. Remember, men pay 80% of all taxes, and women make 80% of all consumer purchases. So with boys who are saying, you know what, I don't want to, I'm just going to basically stay to myself. I'm not going to bother the girls. I'm going to, avoid anything that could get me into trouble. That could be considered a form of extreme misogyny. Avoiding the girls, not speaking to the girls, not just, staying to yourself because you don't want to get into trouble. The girls could say, the teacher could say, oh, you staying to your sting by yourself and talking with the other boys, that's misogyny. Or you choosing not to speak, your behavior in of itself is a form of extreme misogyny. They can now classify anything as misogyny and say that they are susceptible to misogyny. We need to report them to the terrorist unit and have them charted away. Imagine being a little boy and being charted off by the terrorist unit and being warned and being put into a room and questioned and they start to feed you all kinds of garbage, and then eventually you basically confess to something that you did not do, and now you have charges against you, and then the media reports on it and reports something that didn't actually happen or didn't actually exist because they manufactured it. This is a war on men. It's a war on boys. It's M2 Part 2. It's a massive witch hunt where they're going to. This is stuff straight outside of the Soviet era. Okay. where they would go and take people who they suspected of things, and they would lock them in a room and have them confess if they had any thoughts, bad thoughts, and so forth. And then they would control alt delete them afterwards. And these people had not done anything. Okay? This is communism 101. This is Marxism 101. This is what happens in a totalitarian society. And who's leading the charge to this? Women, because they still don't feel safe. I talk about the fact that these individuals, they operate as agents of the state, and their job is to reallocate wealth and resources from men to the state. This is what our mothers do. This is what our sisters do. This is what our aunts do. This is what our family members do. They are not in our corner. They are literally operating as agents of the state, and they know it. They live in a completely different reality, and they've been gaslighting us for ages. This is why it's so important as men to walk away and stay away and not look back. Women are going to find themselves in extraordinary states of destitution and poverty as more men walk away and focus on themselves, because they cannot afford this crazy inflation, and the government is broke. The government has no money, and men are not going to look back. There are going to be extreme consequences as they're continuing to push to silence MGTOW. The irony is that as they continue doing these things, regardless if men use the acronym MGTOW or not, men are still just going to keep on walking away and avoiding relationships, dating, society. And because why would you want to get in trouble? Why do you want this lifestyle? Men are just going to basically isolate as much as possible. By the way, guys, subscribe to our newsletter for my personal thoughts, insights, and a free copy of my ebook, The Blueprint for Escaping the Rat Race. Click the link in the description to get your free copy. Also, subscribe to the Angry Guy Clips channel, where we post shorter videos and video responses, and also the Angry Guy Live channel, where we live stream. Both channels are linked in the description. And of course, finally, guys, protect yourself. Protect your privacy online with NordVPN. Click the link in the description to get started and support the channel. What do you guys think regarding all of this? Society wants to silence men going their own way. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.